The Independent National Electoral Commission has said its officials, whether ad hoc or coalition personnel, who may have been involved in disrupting the conduct of the February 25 presidential and National Assembly elections. The Commission also admitted that last week's national election raised a number of issues that require immediate, medium, and long-term solutions. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmoud Yakubu stated this in Abuja at a meeting with resident electoral commissioners, urging them to work harder to overcome the challenges experienced in the last election. Professor Yakubu stressed that all staff found to be negligent, whether they are regular or ad hoc officials, including collision and returning officers, must not be involved in the forthcoming elections. The chairman told Rex that immediate concern to the commission is how the identified challenges could be addressed ahead of the concluding phase of the general election involving the largest number of constituencies, such as 28 state governorship elections and 993 states House of Assembly seats. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited has assured Nigerians that it will ensure the seamless distribution of petrol as the country prepares for the governorship and state assembly elections slated for March 11. The NNPCL attributed fuel queues in Abuja and some parts of the country to restrictions on businesses and movement during the presidential and National Assembly elections. It said operation had resumed at the depot and the trucks have been dispatched to various parts of the country. The Chief Corporate Communication Officer of the company, Mr. Garba Muhammad, said that its latest update released recently show a total of 2.1 billion liters of PMS in stock. Mr. Muhammad said this represents 0.9 billion liters in all the land depots nationwide and 1.2 billion liters in maritime vessels. This, he said, was equivalent to 35 days of sufficiency of the 4th of this month. Mohammed, while reassuring Nigerians of a robust supply of fuel, the NNPCL planned to close the month of March with about 2.8 billion liters, equivalent to 47 days of sufficiency. In the meantime, the Osun State chapter of the People's Democratic Party has raised alarm on the alleged dangerous arms built up by the All Progressive Congress APC ahead of the House of Assembly election on Saturday, calling on the Inspector General urgently deploy resources to remove dangerous weapons in possession of thugs in service of the main opposition party in the state. The PDP, in a statement signed by its caretaker chairman, Dr. Akindele Adekunle, said the APC has become increasingly desperate following what he described as its woeful performance in the last presidential and National Assembly elections, warning of serious danger to the state and its people if the police chief failed to act in time. The wealth of experience garnered by the president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu over the years will assist him to power the kernel of the country to attain greater height. A legal practitioner, Mr. Wuni Yalabi, stated this while featuring on Osbc TV current affairs program, Saturday Morning Treat. He described the president-elect as an ideal Democrat whose role in instituting and sustaining the current political dispensation cannot be overemphasized. According to him, the judge concluded elections were conducted fairly enough to be regarded as free and credible, and he advised the aggrieved contestants to seek redress in the law court without resulting into heating up the polity. He speaks further.
Every discerning mind and everyone who knows God sincerely must believe that our president-elect, Asiwaju Ahmed Bola Tinubu, is the one God has chosen for this period. Because those who are claiming that they were rigging, they did this, they did that, in this same country, in some part of this country, we saw underaged voting. Those people voted for some candidate. In some part of the country, we saw old women being assisted to thumbprint for a particular political party That's part of the process. So now that we have had the results, we will know, the designing mind should know the way to go. This is our president in waiting. Do you want to be in opposition? That's what will determine the way the next elections will go.
There is an air of uncertainty among deposit money banks as they await further instruction from the Central Bank of Nigeria over the regulation of old 500 and 1,000 naira notes. The Supreme Court recently ordered that the old naira note be allowed to circulate along with the new notes until December 31, 2023. When contacted, the Acting Director of Corporate Communications Department, CBN, Dr. Isa Abdul Momin, declined to comment on the issue. While the deposit money banks are yet to communicate with their customers if the old 500 and 1,000 naira notes will be released into the economy, or the banks will only continue to release new notes based on availability. Similarly, millions of Nigerians who have been hit by severe cash crunch have expressed hope that cash will be available in the bank from tomorrow, noting that following the Apex Court ruling, the CBN should expedite action in making cash, both old and new notes, available immediately. The International Monetary Fund has urged the Central Bank of Nigeria and other monetary authorities to de-emphasize monetary policies as a way of tackling the resurgence of inflation. A new report titled Rethinking Monetary Policy in a Changing World, the Washington-based lender said the ability of central banks to set monetary policies and control the economy in more fraught times hinges on its independence. According to the report, the low interest rate and less extreme public debt levels that prevailed after the global crisis of 2008 permitted central banks to ignore what were then relatively inconsequential interactions between monetary and fiscal policies. It noted that as spending was increasing, countries were hit by supply shocks of unprecedented proportion, likely the result of pandemic-related problems such as supply chain disruptions, which added to inflation pressures. And now to sports. Gambia captain Alage Saine said the target of he and his teammate now is the 2023 Under-20 AFCON title. Gambia blew a place in the semi-final of this year's tournament in Egypt after hammering South Sudan 5-0. Also, the victory against South Sudan means Gambia qualified for the 2023 FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Indonesia to release their dream of a first ever Under-20 AFCON title. Gambia must go past Flying Eagles of Nigeria in the semi-finals tomorrow. The Flying Eagles bounced back from opening day defeat to Senegal with wins against host Egypt, Mozambique group stage, and Uganda, saying, expressed delight that Gambia made it to the World Cup, stating that up next for the team is the Under-20 AFCON title. Gambia have never played in the final of the Under-20 AFCON in their history. Meanwhile, the other semi-final will see Senegal take on Tunisia. United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights Volker Turk has expressed support for the restoration of civilian rule and transition to democracy in Sudan following the country's military coup in October 2021. Turk was giving an update to the Human Rights Council in Geneva, said new effort needed to restore civilian rule and transition to democracy in the country. A UN chief in the area of human rights highlighted the death of a 17-year-old demonstrator shot dead by a police officer in the Sharq-An area of Khartoum. According to the report, the case is one of the 125 deaths since protests began 16 months ago, noting that 1 in 5 of whom have been children under the age of 18. That ends the evening news on Osbc TV. Please join us at 7 for Deadline.